Okay, as previously mentioned with the tables, please look keenly at your tables, people. The queries, right? For your one, generally, I am seeing that your queries are okay. With the, where is it? Here. Okay, this is just what you are to do, all right, with your tables, right? The first one is creating the tables, which you should have already done, 3 of them. Populate simply means that you will be creating the names, all right, having information that randomly you put them between the dates of January 2018 to November 2021, right? You just use your discretion. Any dates, try to use different dates. The same thing with the weekly sales should be between 1,000 to 10,000. Use your discretion with inserting different values. Calculate the total sales, right? That is using the totaling in the creation of new columns, right? You can create a new column by having a calculation, and it will automatically go to the other column, which you could have said total sales colon equals, if I'm not mistaken, that would be in the new row when you are creating that table, right? And automatically that will appear as a new column in the table. Eradicate simply means to delete, all right? To delete the title field, all right? The title field. You go to the design view and you automatically right click on the row, delete, and it will disappear. The different queries, all right, you have the first query here where you are just to produce the list of the ID, name, last name, address, and so on, all right. That was let me see, and you were supposed to call this query sales query. Okay, sales query, and let's see here. All right, you have the different fields: ID, field name, first name, last name, address, contact number. What was the other one? Yes, who created more than 15,000 in sales? More than 15,000. Right here, you can see it in the total sales greater than 15,000. All right, category SS. Okay, that was for the sales staff, all right, those people making more than 50. That is in the criteria, and it will produce you that there are 11 from the 25, or in total, or sorry, it was a little bit less because you had the supervisors, the manager, assistant manager, and that is that part of only the sales staff. Okay, that was one query. The other one again continues list ID, or I missed this other one. The 2019 query again is just using again the normal list ID, first name, last name, address, date joined of sales who joined boutique after 2019. 2019 query. Okay, right here. Okay, those are the fields. Let's look at the criteria. See there, greater than, okay, the date, and it will automatically take out all those that you did. In the event that some of you would see that there's nothing produced when you do this criteria here, there's nothing, that means that when you registered the employees, by chance or by some kind of art, you didn't use anything after 2019, all right? That is the only way it would have explained that, then you won't have anything there. Okay, so don't get frightened, but once you have this criteria properly and you don't have anything there, that means that when you populated your table, you didn't use any date after 2019, right? It continues. Of course, this one here, using query summary feature, calculate the largest maximum, the total and the number of employees. Those would be basically when you are doing the totalings right here in your criteria, right here. See, when you use total, you have the different options to do the maximum, minimum, average, sum, count, and other expressions, right? You make a query, you create a query, and then you would have an option right here that says total, and then it will produce you this new line, all right, new row, where then you will be able to choose, in this case, the max, right? Because they're talking about the maximum. The total, the same thing happens, all right? Same thing. It's a normal creation of a query. You use find all the fields that is required, and then once you click the option here, this won't have it because it's already produced. You would see that there is an option for total. You click and this row will appear, right? Total. Then of course we're talking about total. We're talking about sum. Okay, so those basically review of query. I would say that for those others, your one generally is doing more than fine. All right, I have no much highlights on this particular section of the access. All right, the staff list, the same thing. It produces the same thing. Northern Fashion Boutique staff list 2021 produce another report to display. These are called reports. For those of you, if you recall, with the reports, especially with 4.1, students of 4.1, we did video sample of all how you go about doing reports. Okay, the spreadsheet. People, this SBA is not long, you know. It's not people. Some of you that are leaving this last minute, you will get frustrated, as I will tell you, if you are trying to do everything last minute. You will get frustrated, right? You have here section B, spreadsheet. Package will be used to create a model that will allow the owner of the boutique to manipulate and monitor the monthly salary details of the employee. You are to create a query that will include the employee's first name, last name, category code, and basic salary. Import the query into a new Excel sheet. This here, you are going to do it in Access. Okay, you are going to do that in Access. You can call, I didn't basically set any name, but we can call it what, monthly salary. You will produce that here, right here in Excel. I believe that I don't see it here. I hope some people didn't do it in Excel. It was supposed to be done here in Access. You do a query here. That query, all right, once you have it here, you can, all right, export to Excel. Right click, export to Excel. Once you do so, all right, it will say what is the file name. Okay, you see it's com query, meaning that you will have that for monthly salary, and browse where that is, file format, it will go into Excel. Once you get that option, where will that go? You browse for it. And if you have already opened an Excel, look for it. All right, look for it, and you select it. You click save. That means that when you go back and open the Excel, that query will already be exported there. It will already be in the workbook. All right, that is for the Excel. Include the following two tables on a separate worksheet. So this here, that means that as soon as you open the spreadsheet that you have already exported that query, you open more sheets where you will have one such as this first table, and the other one is for the deduction. So there you should have 3 sheets. The query that was exported in there, the first one that is for this allowance, the other one is for the deduction. Then you will start working here. There are allowances and deduction to be applied to the employee's salary. The allowance are daily allowance, travel allowance, and entertainment allowance. The deduction are social security, environmental, levy, and insurance. These are calculated based on the basic salary. The travel allowance and interning allowance are available to the manager and the assistant manager only. So only certain people will have certain benefits. Create information for the 25 employee salary details for the month of November 2021. They should be sorted by last name. So you will bring in all those 25 persons in your Excel for you to continue entering data. All right. This is a sample section of the worksheet of what you will bring in. Bring in at the table that would have the following: first name, last name, category code, basic salary, allowance, deduction, total allowance, total deduction. You will have that in your worksheet with all 25 employees. And of course, go on and do the normal procedures. The formulas are already provided, so you have a big advantage here. All right. The word processing, people, you are to create a brochure. I hope that you guys know what a brochure is. All right. A brochure is giving information of something. In this case, you are exposing, you are making propaganda of your, or in this case, the Northern Fashion Boutique. Okay. Again, it says it there to inform public about the variety of clothing available in the boutique, and also about the Christmas sale. Remember, we are somewhere in November. Assuming that we're in November, December is coming in, so you will be making some sort of promotion. This same brochure, okay, and all the information that is being provided here, or sorry, being asked for you to do, is the information that you will actually be using in the section E, which is the web page design. All right, I will be getting in there in a while. That is the same information that you will be using, because this brochure, apart that the brochure is a hard copy that normally people give out there on the streets. I believe that you have had the experience of that when you are probably at town, or for those of you who are in Chetomal, somewhere there, when stores are being promoted or businesses are being promoted, you will see people there with different flyers. All right. Also, they share brochures. You are promoting. Right. The other part of it you will be designing is the web page. Okay. To that, I should have already expected people doing this programming. The programming again will be based on the information of your database. All right. The names of the persons you have in your database, not someone else. If by chance you are working with somebody that probably the program is similar, right, please make your changes of the names of identifiers or something different. Make it doesn't look that identical. Okay. And when you are typing in the information, don't use any other name. Use the names that you have in your database. All the information that your database have must reflect on your program, on your algorithm, on your trace table. Okay, and all of them, as I'm talking, you are going to screenshot. Now, other times students ask me in the word processing, do I have to screenshot the word processing? Not really. You can actually copy and paste the word processing in the same Microsoft Word final screenshot, right? From there, this is the part that I want you guys to be aware of. Okay. We have what is the section E, which is the web page design. As I mentioned you guys earlier, I don't know what happened with CXE. Honestly, I was a little bit out there of gradings when it comes to SBA. When I verified with the person I know, he told me that yes, web page is part of the SBAs. It has 10 points, and one way or the other, we will need to find a way how to finish it. Okay, nothing is impossible. Yes, you will work hard, you will work more time, but people, you sign in for it, right? And believe me, for those of you, please try to do your best.